I thought my life was over. After a massive rejection, I felt completely invisible. My art, my job, my entire personality just gone. It was that terrifying, silent kind of panic where you're screaming but no sound comes out. I was an artist who couldn't create, a person who felt like a ghost in my own life. So I decided to do the most extreme experiment I could think of. For 30 days straight, I was going to say, "I love you" to myself in the mirror. I wanted to see if I could give myself the same insane focus I gave to everyone else. I had literally no idea what to expect. But you will not believe what happened next. It all blew up one Tuesday night. I was staring into my bathroom mirror, and I had no idea who was looking back at me. Her eyes looked so tired, and they had this look of failure that I knew was mine. I'd spent years searching for my value in what other people thought of me. In their approval, their attention, in them choosing me. And when they stopped choosing me, it felt like I stopped existing. And right there, it hit me like a truck. I was outsourcing the single most important relationship I have. The one with myself. I was trying to pour from a cup that was bone dry, and then wondering why I had zero energy. I remembered this crazy quote from a writer named Louise Hay. "You have been criticizing yourself for years, and it hasn't worked. Try approving of yourself and see what happens." This was a challenge. This was a dare. So I made one simple rule for this challenge every single morning. Before anyone else could tell me who to be, I had to go to the mirror, look myself directly in the eye, and say it. 3 simple but terrifying words. I love you. I didn't care how fake it felt, or how much my own brain was laughing at me. I was going to do it for 30 days. This wasn't just about feeling good. This was the ultimate test to see if I could become the love of my own life. Day 1 was an absolute disaster. It was so excruciatingly awkward. I stood in front of the mirror. My heart was pounding like I was about to speak in front of a stadium of 100,000 people. I took a deep breath, looked into my eyes, and whispered, "I love you." The words felt like a complete lie. It felt like my own reflection was mocking me. I was so embarrassed I had to look away. It was the biggest lie I had ever told. The entire first week was a legit battle. Every morning, my brain would just attack me with reasons why I was a failure. I'd say, "I love you," and my inner critic would instantly fire back. "No, you don't. What about the deadlines you missed? What about how you completely failed that conversation? What about the rejection that got you here in the first place?" Honestly, some mornings, I just cried. Just trying to show myself one tiny bit of kindness showed me how much I actually hated myself. It was so uncomfortable, like being trapped in a room with a total stranger. I'm not gonna lie. I almost quit this challenge 3 or 4 times that first week. I was convinced it was a stupid, pointless experiment that was only making me feel worse. They say simple doesn't mean easy, and that has never been more true. I was digging up years of hating myself, and it was an absolute mess. But then, on day 12, something crazy happened. There was no lightning strike. No moment, it was super quiet. I went to the mirror, exhausted, and just said the words out of pure habit. "I love you." And For the first time ever, my brain didn't fight back. There was just silence. And in that silence, the words just hung there, and they felt a little less like a lie, and a little more like maybe they could be true. That tiny change started a huge ripple effect in my real life. Later that week, a client hit me with an impossible last-minute deadline. The old me, the people pleaser, would have said yes in a second, even if it meant destroying my entire week. But this time was different. I thought about the person in the mirror. I asked myself, what would be the most loving thing for her right now? And I heard myself say with a calm, strong voice, I understand. But I won't be able to hit that timeline without wrecking the quality. I can have it for you by Friday. And you know what he said? Okay, Friday works. That was it. The world didn't explode. I had chosen myself, and everything was fine. That day, I went home and actually picked up a sketchbook for the first time in months. I wasn't drawing for a client. I was drawing for her. For me, it was a tiny start. But it was a start. If you have ever felt like this, like you're in a battle no one else can see, smash that subscribe button. It's a reminder that we are all in this thing together, figuring it out one step at a time. The last 15 days of this challenge, this is where things get crazy. That morning ritual in the mirror went from being something I dreaded to my absolute anchor. It was my daily strategy, meeting with myself. Some days, the I love you was powerful and loud. Other days, it was quiet and I'd add, and I forgive you, or you're doing the absolute best you can. But the most unbelievable change was in my art. My creative block wasn't just gone, it was obliterated. It was replaced by a flood of ideas that were more me than anything I had ever created in my life. Before this challenge, I was making what I thought other people wanted to buy. Now, I was creating what I needed to say. My art got bolder, more confident, and more colorful. It was reflecting the person I was becoming, unapologetic, alive, and finally visible to myself. Even the rejection that started this whole crazy experiment started to look different. It wasn't this giant wound that proved I was worthless. It was a catalyst. It was a painful but necessary push that sent me back to myself. I realized I'd been searching for someone else to fix me, without ever understanding that I was never broken to begin with. That idea that you are not broken, you are 100% whole, I finally started to believe it. And here's the biggest secret I learned. I always thought self-love was a passive feeling, but it's not. Self-love is an action. I learned that self-love is not selfish. It is survival. It is the literal foundation that everything else in your life is built on. You can't build a house for other people on land that you don't even own. And for so long, I was just a visitor in my own body. This 30-day challenge taught me how to move in finally. What is one kind thing you can do for yourself today? I'd like to see your ideas in the comments below, as they will inspire everyone else here. And if this story helped you, please like and subscribe for more insane challenges like this one. Thank you for being here with me today.